Hey you, I'm the Queen of Shade. Welcome to the interview. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit my Cash App to support your favorite content creator. Now let's get to the interview. Mwah.
Queen of Shade. Let me tell you something. You're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. Said you're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. You're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. Said you're a bougie bitch and your mama is too.
Salutations, Stufos. This is your fabulous leader, the Queen of Shade, coming at you with another special presentation. I am moving right along. Personal problems and all, we're here. And we are just talking to people that are amazing, people that inspire me, people that are just wonderful, wonderful people. And today I have someone very special for you. He ran off camera, so I'm going to keep talking till he comes back. So anyway, this person is someone that I adore, and I can't wait to introduce them to you. So without further ado, I would like you to meet famed adult entertainer, Knockout. Hi, baby. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. You nervous about that?
A little bit.
Don't be. There have been many that came before you and they made it. They survived. You'll do the same. What you say?
I'm sure. I'm in good hands.
Okay, you better know it. You better know it. So, mister, how are you today? Like, how are things? I noticed that there's like a tropical vibe going on in that house.
Yeah, I have like some plants and stuff around.
Yeah.
I woke up blessed, happy. Today's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Right.
You look amazing.
Thank you so much.
But you always look amazing. That's okay.
So how have you been?
I'm good. Wherewithal. How about this? I'm still standing. Say it again. You said, I know that's right.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, I'm still standing. No, I noticed that every time I talk, your mic cuts out. Every time I talk, my mic cuts out. So I have to say it and then let you answer so that we get everything that you're saying. But that's okay. That's the technical people. That's okay. That's fine. Okay. See, you said it again. Say it again.
Okay. And the mic cuts off?
Yeah, only when I'm speaking and you're speaking. It's just sometimes it happens with the phones.
Okay.
Yeah. So tell us, Mr. Knockout, where are you from? Where are you from? Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in San Diego, California.
Oh my God, another California baby. Wow. That interests me because California, forgive my hospital band. I explain it. You'll hear about it later. Yeah, forgive the hospital band. But I love, like, and you're not the only one. There have been some others that grew up in California. And I love the California vibe. You guys are different. It's all beaches and flip-flops and relaxing and things like that.
Yeah, and chucks, sands, water. Always sun. It rains sometimes though.
Yeah, well, of course. Yeah. Oh, you're right there near the Pacific Ocean. So yeah, there's a lot of precipitation that happens over there. So you grew up in San Diego. How far is that from LA?
About 3 hours, 2 hours, depending on how fast you drive.
Oh, okay.
And the traffic.
Okay. So that's not bad. So, Mr. Knockout, are you an only child?
I am not. I'm the second oldest out of 4.
Yeah, go ahead. All what?
All sisters and me. I'm the only boy.
Oh my God. So you growing up pretty much got to be able to do anything you wanted to do.
Yeah, somewhat.
But also, when your sisters had a problem, they was coming to get you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow.
fights over them before.
Wow. How did it feel to be the protector of your mom and your entire family?
um, like a lot's on your shoulders
Mhm.
when you're the only boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like man of the house. Just a lot. But it also felt good to be able to be there.
Okay. Well, you were there and you've done it successfully. I don't see no videos of you getting your ass whipped on the internet.
Oh no. You ain't gonna see none of those videos.
Right? Okay. So that let's just go with the theme that you never lost the fight.
No, I haven't. I have.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
What they
So
say, you gotta lose some to win some, right?
yeah. I've lost some fights, but let's just say in the last 24 hours, I didn't lose a fight. I had to fight. I had to literally physically fight in the last 24 hours and I didn't lose the fight. So
Oh, you did.
yes, that's what the
Oh,
hospital band is for. The son of a bitch bit me.
let me find out you in these streets fighting.
It's a long story. It's a long story. It's a long story. And trust me, it'll come out tonight and people will understand. But yes, the son of a bitch bit me. I'm whooping his ass and he bit me.
Oh, I would love to hear all about it.
You will. I did for the public. I did a story time. So it'll come out after your interview tonight. But yeah,
Okay.
son of a bitch bit me, but that's all right. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I don't appreciate that because, this year I turned 40 years old. So what the fuck I look like fighting at 40 years old like a bitch in the street?
You do not look it at all.
Yep, I'll be 40 in
Well,
September.
they do say black don't crack.
Hey, don't
Oh,
crack unless you do crack.
okay, that's unless you do it.
Yeah. So yeah, 40 years old, I still got it. These hands still work. Oh my God. So anyway, San Diego, do you venture down to LA a lot?
Yeah, I do. I go to LA a lot.
Yeah. For work and stuff like that? What do you do in LA? How's the vibe for you in LA?
They love me. A lot of my San Diego people that I grew up with is in LA as well. So it's just like a second home. I'm not like the knockout when I'm at home. Everywhere else, like, everyone's like, oh, that's knockout, blah, blah, blah. But when I'm at home, it's like, that's D'Angelo. So I like it. I can go home and be regular.
Yeah, it is nice to be able to retreat because at my house and in my neighborhood, I'm not the queen of shade either. Sometimes that makes me upset, but I'm like, do you know who I am? But I can't be.
Yeah.
I can't be that way.
Yeah. Yeah, don't let me be fooled because I'll tell them who I am.
Me too. Me too. Me too.
All right.
So, no, so, oh my God. I remember the first time I came across you, and it was love at first sight. And I think everyone else feels the same way, but they may have had a different experience. I came across you and you were working with a co-star, adult film stars, I'll never forget. It was a black and white couch and you were with Tiger Red.
Yeah, my co-star Tigger Red.
Yeah, Tigger Red. I had never seen you before, but the way you handled him, I was like, oh, who is this?
That's one of my favorite videos, actually.
Yeah, why? Why is it your favorite?
That's actually his debut. I was his debut porn.
Wow, are you serious?
Yeah, I was his first movie.
Okay, because both of you, then you guys' chemistry was off the charts.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah, really, yeah, that's my boy.
Oh my God. So that was his.
Yeah, actually his debut video. It was his first time and he did it like a pro. I said, "Oh my God, I was like, you're gonna go a long way in this industry." And he has.
Yeah,
He really,
yes. And so have you.
yeah,
And
still going.
yes, you're still going. And did you know what I noticed? You break in, they call you to break in a lot of people for their first times.
Yeah, I have actually. Yeah. I mean, but who better to do it with, you know? If you want an audience, I guess they call on me.
Well, that's because you have an audience.
Yeah.
You got diehard fans, honey. We die hard for you.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
fans do.
You said
Yeah,
all
they
your
take
fans,
care.
what? Oh, you said your fans take care of you.
Yeah, they love me.
Well, we'll get it. We're supposed to, though. We're supposed to, though. That's what people don't understand about entertainers and artists. We are supported. Our art is supported by our supporters. I don't know what's going on with these social media people. They think, oh, I'm going to watch you for free and not give into your storehouse. Like, honey, I'm a working artist. You're supposed to take care of me.
Yeah, if you like the material,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I pay for
yeah.
it. Support.
Listen, what Saucy's at Santana say? I'm a material girl.
Okay.
I need things. I need an Italian villa in the south of, Italy and all that stuff. I'm a material girl. Yes, I am.
Yeah, she had it right with that one.
She did. She did. She had it all the way right. So tell me, now that I have you on my couch. I told you had nothing to worry about. I told you. You had nothing
Yeah,
to worry about. Do you feel
I was
comfortable? Say it again.
I was nervous at first.
Well, that's out. Listen, most people are because they don't,
That's,
like most people don't expect. My style is different.
uh-huh.
Yeah, my style is different. It's not really an interview, it's a conversation. You get asked questions, yes, but I elaborate about myself and we talk and we laugh. And it's just, yeah, because, I've grown up watching interviewers and I never wanted to be one because all they did was ask probing questions. And I don't like that because I myself am a celebrity. I don't like
Well,
that.
if it falls in your lap, it falls in your lap.
Which is true. I started interviewing and it just was like, it just took off. Like people love to watch them. But I love that people are allowing me to be myself. Every now and then I'll get a rude comment. Oh, this is not an interview. This is not an interview. But everybody else is like, oh, I love your style. It's so different. You're talking to amazing people. Keep doing it. So I do it for those people.
Yeah, as long as it's entertaining and informative.
Yeah. So tell me, Mr. Knockout, how long have you been in the business? How many years?
Ah, I've been in the business. Let's see, I will be 33 this year, so I would have been in the business for. I started when I was 21,
Uh-huh.
so about years,
Say that again.
12 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're one of the greats, right?
yeah, I'm one of. Yeah, yeah. I don't feel like it because I feel still so young, but yeah, I've been up there. I've worked and rubbed shoulders with all of the greats.
All
Well,
of
hell, I am too.
Yeah, you literally have been like, listen, if knockout ain't touched you, you ain't getting touched by nobody.
Right.
That's exactly. Listen, it's so funny because I'll see a new star and I immediately go looking for the knockout scene. I'm like, if he ain't touched you, then
Yeah.
you ain't no pro. Listen, I tell him right now, you ain't no pro because you come with some things.
Yeah.
What Beyonce and Destiny's Child say? You like big things, if you know what I mean. You a soldier. You a soldier.
And see, I'm not picky, but at the end of the day, you know what you're in for. So you should be able to follow through.
What if they can't though? Because you are not. Let's just say it. Okay, y'all. He is knockout us very well, and well endowed. That's how we'll say that. He's well endowed. So do you get many co-stars that can't handle all that you come with?
I've run across a few over the years. I mean, but I'm a co-star that I'll help them through as opposed to just sitting there with a bad attitude, like, oh my God. I get it. It's hard. You have to get comfortable with your co-star and you have to make sure that the environment is relaxing, you know. And I tell them, hey, just block out all the cameras, block out the set, and it's just me and you.
Oh, see.
Have a wonderful shoot.
Oh, see, you dangerous. You tell somebody, forget the cameras. It's just me and you. Yeah. And then we see because the cameras are there. And child, you take them for a ride. Well, I should say they go for a ride, but you take us all for a ride.
Yeah, right. And see, it's now you have all these OnlyFans people and all of that stuff that's coming out, and it's not professional. You have to do everything yourself.
Yeah.
And see, I'm when it comes to that. So porn stars transitioning to OnlyFans and all of that, like, yeah, we know the angles, we know what the people want to see, blah, 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 blah. But doing it all yourself, you have to edit the videos and then you have to do I'm used to the company doing all that for me.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're kind of spoiled.
In a sense, you can say that.
As you should be, because you have worked with so many companies. So many companies.
I have some I done forgot that I've
Right.
worked for.
Now, I want to ask you a question there because get this, like I have interviewed everybody and I'm still going. I've interviewed Max Connor. I've interviewed, oh my God, Chino Black. I've interviewed just a lot of different, co-stars. And their attitude is that they didn't make enough money and that they didn't get, no residual. So how is it, okay, without being nosy, because this is the thing, we can clearly see that you live a certain way and you have a way of, you have creature comforts. So, and I'm being careful with this question, but you have creature comforts. So let's just say you're not struggling waiting on your next check is basically what I'm saying.
No, I'm not struggling waiting on my next check.
Right. So a lot of your co-stars, because you've worked with these people, their complaint is, oh, well, I did the one scene and I got paid for the one scene and then that was it.
Yeah.
So how have you managed to survive in a world where a lot of your co-stars are like, I didn't get paid enough, you get paid for that one scene and they make millions off that scene. And you like, how have you managed to be able to thrive in an environment?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, you have to have a hustler mentality, and going into doing it prior before the scene, you're only going to get a one-time payment.
Okay.
So yeah, your job is to stay booked. Don't complain with after the fact. You already knew you were going to get a one-time payment. I already know that. Yeah. So like I'm going in and knowing I'm about to get my little 1,500, 1,200, 1,300, whatever. And yeah, it's not right. We get paid one time when they're probably making tens of thousands of dollars off of the video, right? So it doesn't make sense. So they created the OnlyFans platform. Yeah, we have that now, but I was taking bookings. I was doing clubs, appearances, maybe take a client or two if it's worth it. You got to keep hustling. And even if I got to get a part-time job on the side, I'm going to make sure that I live comfortably.
You know what? This is why I love you. You know,
nobody will love it, but I'll have a little part-time job on the side.
But get this, you know what's crazy though? I love a man like that because you like, honey, before I go hungry, I will walk my ass down here and get a job. You got a lot of it. See, you got a lot of men, and I hate to say this because they're gonna get me, but they don't know what a real man is. And a real man is not what's between your legs. A real man is not you being masculine. A real man is having obligations and responsibilities and meeting them. You could be the most feminine man you want to be. If your lights is paid and you got food in your house and your rent is paid, you're a man. I don't care how many dresses. I don't care how many dresses you wear. I don't care how many wigs you wear. Ain't shit going off in here. I got everything.
Wow. Nothing getting turned off over here. And I have a child, I have an 11-year-old. Oh. So like, I have to go out and figure out what I'm going to do. We can't cry over spilled milk. You already got paid, baby. You should have, I mean, if you want to be a porn star, that's part of the task. Yeah.
See,
if you want to establish who you are as a porn star, you got to take those jobs and figure it out and create your platform. If you don't have a platform to create, you can't get on. And then the producers are going to look at you like, who do you think you are to think you need residuals? You don't even have any background. So when they're brand new, thinking like, oh, hey, blah, 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 blah. No, they're looking at you like, what are you going to bring to the table as well? Like Knockout, yes, there's going to be a lot of subscribers. And yeah, I can argue that now. I can ask them, well, can we work about some residual, blah, 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 blah at this point?
Yeah. See, most people don't understand, and I keep telling them, you and I are no different. We're entertainers. We entertain the world, the media, the public. And you're right. There is, it's called earning your keep. Like even as a singer, even as a model, even as, an actor, you walk in fresh off the green, you can't be demanding all of this stuff.
You got to pound the.
Say it again, because it cut out. Say it again.
You got to pound the pavement before you can demand what you feel like you deserve. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say? Yeah, go ahead.
Excuse me, I'm gonna have a if you don't mind.
I don't mind, because guess what? I'm not there to inhale it, baby. Have all the cigarettes you want, baby. But don't kill yourself now. Here. Yeah, I don't want him to kill himself. But no, but you're right. Like, it's so crazy because I even look at my life. I walked away from lucrative record deals. I walked away from modeling contracts. I walked away from acting opportunities. But I knew from the very beginning what I wanted to do. And then it's kind of hard being a pioneer because people think you're crazy until you do it. Because there's no, like you said, even you said it, there's no history, there's no past, there's no, they haven't seen what you could do. You're creating it at the start. And even when I started, I had to start that way. I had to get into the business. I had to learn. And I did that. And, people say, oh, well, now you have all this leverage because you have all these followers and you have all of this, you have all of that. In my case, I decided I wanted to keep doing it myself, because I enjoy editing. I enjoy, putting things together. I enjoy doing the flyers. I enjoy the promotions. I enjoy, but that's because I'm one of those people that, forgive the term, but I enjoy the nuts and the bolts of the situation. That's what gets me off, is that I love to know how things work and to be able to do them and have someone say, you mean something, you didn't hire a graphic engineer to do that? You did that yourself? And I'm like, right. Yes, bitch, I did that myself. And they like, oh, see then they see my work. So I'm still showing my work, but I'm showing it by working like a dog. I work like a dog. And it's fine. Yeah, you got to.
What they say, work so hard till when you walk in the room, you don't have to introduce yourself. Mm-hmm. And hey, they wasn't lying when they made that.
No, they wasn't lying. They weren't lying. And even with all I've done, I've been in this business for 20 years. And even all that I've done, I'm just getting started. Getting started.
I'm sorry. And
no, go ahead.
I feel the exact same way. And I feel like I'm already at the level to where everyone already knows my name now. What's next?
Because you got to show them. Yeah, now it's, what can you do? How can you do? How can you make a great one? Because that's the thing. People don't understand. Your only competition is you.
Is you. Yeah. And it's like, what's next? What am I going to do? How am I going to elevate even further to make sure that I'm okay in the long run? They say, hey, you can't retire off porn. You can't blah blah blah. That's a lie. I know some porn stars that are in acting now, mainstream.
Yeah, me
The
too.
ones that I was coming out with.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, me too. They're actors now, real actors, collecting real checks, real work.
yeah,
But you know what it is too? There's a difference because, oh God, I'm a hustler. I'm just like you. I'm a hustler. You got to be a hustler. You know, remember that song? I'm a hustler, baby. Yeah, you got to
yeah.
be like you got, and you know what it is too? It's I've all my life, I've never been lazy. Never been lazy. Never been lazy. And my life has been very hard knockout because I was diagnosed in college at 19 with mental illness, bipolar type 1, PTSD, acute anxiety. And everybody thought I had to be medically withdrawn from school. Everyone thought that was the last of me, even my family. And I worked and did 15 years of therapy and medication and seeing a psychiatrist and did all of that. And look at me now. And now all those people that kind of wrote me off are just
Mhm.
like, oh, I have so much respect for you. You never quit. And it's like, well, I never quit because no matter what happens, say it again.
I can't quit. I have to keep going. See, everybody can't run back to their mama's house and go stay in the room.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Everybody go
Homeless.
to their cousins and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay over here. I don't gotta pay rent.
Listen,
Everybody,
listen. Everybody can't do that. Keep saying it. You were saying everybody can't do something in the cutout. Say it again.
yeah, everybody can't go stay at their mama's house. Everybody can't go stay at their uncles and aunties, and because they got family and stuff to lean on. You got to lean on yourself. And yes, you have to, and you're a strong individual to go through all of that and still pick it back up where you left off and continue to go. Perseverance.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, and resilient. You pick that up on the way. They don't teach you that in school.
What psychology courses have you taken? Because you sound like my therapist. You just said resiliency. You just talked about every trait that I have that they didn't teach in school. You sound like my therapist. I'm about to send you a check.
Mhm. No, for real. But I learned there's two types of people who learn from the books and people who learn from experience.
Mm.
I've learned from experience.
Mm-hmm. Me too. Me too.
And in the streets of California, baby.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
yeah,
And you know what else too? You know what else too, though? I want to say this too. Like more, yes, you learn from the experience too, but I can tell you picked up a book. You did both.
I have some college.
Yeah. But this is the thing, even without college, because I'm not like, I didn't finish that. But as long as you have been living, there's Google, there's research, there are newspapers, there are articles. I don't know why. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead, baby. Take your time.
Yeah, I read. I read books a lot. I mean, there was at one point in time where I was, and it's okay to cry.
Mm-hmm.
I had lonely crying nights. When you go through them nights, crying and crying and crying, you got to figure it out. You can't just be crying and don't have no plan. But I went through so many bad nights. There was one point in time I spent a year in jail. I said, this is life. We're going to have to figure it out.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. Absolutely.
I love how
you stop talking. I love how you stop talking. Looked at me like, bitch, the ball is in your court because I didn't hit it back to you. I just want to make sure I was catching everything you were saying.
Yeah, so life is hard, but you have to be able to get past that.
And you know what's so great about it? The ones that do, we like that's the thing. Like even living with my grandmother, I have totally done a transformation here. And it's like my greatest accomplishment is knowing that if I left here today or tomorrow, if my grandmother went on to glory, she's 75, I would be okay because I worked, I earned it and I built it. I can take care of myself. That was my biggest fear, that I would not be able to take care of myself, because there's nothing worse than being gay, effeminate, and at the mercy of the streets and older men that want to use you for what they want to use you for, and you ain't got no house.
And Black.
And then add mental illness, because a lot of us is running around with that too. Man, there is nothing worse.
But what Mary J. Blige said, she said, if it rains, after it rains, flowers grow. So keep on raining, baby.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I love Mary J. Shout out to Mary J. Blige, the queen of R&B and hip hop soul. Yes, but that's the thing. Like, I love what I'm hearing from you today, because what I'm hearing is a story of triumph. I mean, oh my God, do you know there was one point I was in jail? Like, I was in jail, and it was just like, and I knew I didn't want to be there, because I'm like, these men, oh God.
And see, the funny part about it is people don't know what porn stars go through behind the scenes. They say, oh my gosh, she does porn, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to talk to him. This, that, and the other, blah, blah. But you don't know my story, baby. And you don't know what I've been through. And just because you don't do porn and I do, I look at it as that's my employment or my side hustle for now. I need that. You know, and you don't pay my bills, and I got to survive. I'm going to survive regardless.
Yeah.
So if you don't like it, and you don't like my struggle and my background and what I had to do to get to where I'm going, then baby, you don't need to be in my life, because them type of people that do what they have to do is the ones you want in your life.
Yep, I agree.
They got more wisdom, and they can give you actually advice.
Yeah, I agree. As he runs away to get more drink. But anyway, but no, he's absolutely right. You know, the ones that have been faced with the unbalance and the unrest and made it happen, those are the ones you do want in your life, because those are the ones that know. See, that's the thing. It's one thing to be a famed actress or famed singer, but it's another thing to come up the hard boot way. You were going to say something. Go ahead. I stopped because you were going to say something.
It's so many guys out there that think it's all Hollywood and blah, blah, blah. It's not.
Mm-mm. And another thing, they think it's all Hollywood, one, but then they want to come into the business of entertainment, and they want the film companies to do X, Y, Z, T, 3, 1, 2, and then when their royalty check comes in or their payment, it's not as much as they expected it to be, and they're mad. And it's like, well, you expected us to do promo, make flyers, do all all these things, and you expected us to do that for free? Like, too many people don't realize that in the business of entertainment, you are your own small business. You are an entrepreneur. You are responsible for a lot of things, if not all things that concern your brand. Because if you give it to them to do it, they're going to take it out of your ass, literally, to recoup what they put into you. And people don't understand the business side of this business. And, that's why I got started, because I had a lot of people, I did these. And when I first started this, people were like, oh, well, you don't have enough followers. You're only on Instagram. How you don't have followers on Facebook? You don't have followers. This is that. And I said to them, I'm like, baby, do you know I have a reputation? A reputation. People know me. And then I started interviewing actresses and all of these people and all these great stars. And people are like, oh my God, I had no idea. Yeah, because they watched me for 6.5 years. They watched me build my shit. So I had the respect behind the scenes, even though y'all didn't see all the numbers.
Right.
People knew who I was. So I was like, oh yeah, the Queen of Shape, we'll interview with her. Yeah, we'll talk to her. And it's like, and then they come back to you. Oh, well, if you're still interested in an interview, I'll give it to you. And do you know what I say? Okay, when are you free?
I know that's right.
Because it only makes me look better. It only makes me look better. I'm not refusing not a single interview. I don't care if they spit on my name. I don't care if they talked about me like a dog. I don't care if they put out lies and rumors. I'm taking that interview. Why? Because it is the Queen of Shade speaking to whoever it is.
And guess what? You're still here to do your job.
Yep. Yep. And that's the thing. And that's the thing. And I love this because even through this was an angle, because for a long time I was like, oh, I don't want to do interviews. You know, people are really nasty. I don't like the way interviewers are. I've been interviewed. I don't like when they ask these stupid ass questions, these mean questions, or they take and do the interview and then they chop it up and it make you look all kinds of crazy. I don't want to do that. So then turn around, and the divine said to me, because I'm a shaman as well, I'm a spiritual leader. So turn around, divine said to me, this is another gift that I've given you. Use it.
Absolutely.
I got acting under my belt. I got singing under my belt. I am a consummate soprano. I have 4 albums out. I've got all this content. And it's like, and I thought I was done. I'm like, oh no. And the divine said to me, no, now add this. And it's just like, and every single time I add something, knockout, it's like touching gold. It's like having a golden touch, the Midas touch. And people are like, where did she come from? It's like, well, baby, I've been here because I've been pulling myself up out of the pit for a long time.
Right.
And that started since I was a child. My mother and my father, mental illness and drug abuse. My mother did drugs for 25 years of my life. I understood very early in my life that I was going to have to be there for me.
Baby, I understood the assignment very early in my life as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
When people,
go ahead.
Most of, I won't say most porn stars, but a lot of people come from a background that we didn't have no choice but to try to go out there and figure it out.
Right.
And it's not, my story is not for you to judge, but you can look on it and figure out where I pulled the strength from to keep going.
And that's the thing. Yeah, keep going, baby.
My strength came from after I had my child. I was like, I gotta figure something out.
Yeah, and you know what it is? That is so beautiful because, you know, I helped to raise 2 successful boys, my sister's children, my nephews. One lives in California. He lives there, got a place to stay, working at a restaurant. The other one just moved out of my house. They both have their own places, you know. And I said to my grandmother, we did not fail them. We didn't fail them. We showed them love and showed them. My nephews knew about this business because they was there when I was crying about this business. They was there when I was building it. They was there about, oh, I did an interview and I lost it, and I don't know, now I can't ask the person to do it again, and I got to retape. And like they was there through the arguments with my grandmother because she was my business partner at one point. They was there for the arguments about money, the lack of money, the dividends. They was there for it all, and we turned out 2 successful young men that understand that their job in life is to take care of the responsibilities. And they do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said your baby is 11. What was that like? I mean, did people talk about, oh, well, he's bisexual? Because clearly you must be. You must be, you know?
Yeah. Well, after I had my son, me and my son's mother, we had broke up. And something else traumatic had happened in my life. I'm not going to speak on it to where I needed to explore my sexuality. When I did, I liked it.
Yeah.
And it was something I was so scared of for years growing up because I always knew that I liked men. Mm-hmm. They're attractive, you're not. So, and then when I started exploring my sexuality, I just liked it. And I was like, I'm gay. I came out like 2 weeks later.
Well, listen, I liked it too.
After I came out, I got right on in the game.
You was like, oh, this is for me. But you know what I love? Like, that's what I love. Like, even our world, it's not about, it's not a head decision. It's a heart decision. We know, yes, we know who we are. We feel that thing. That like when I finally, because, you know, I was brought up in the church and, you know, they teach you to self-hate yourself. And I'm just saying that because they do.
But being Black and gay, it's scary. It's scary to come out and go explore your sexuality. It's scary. Mm-hmm. So everybody can judge you and make you feel anxiety and depressed, go into a deep depression. And then next thing you know, you crash and burn. Tuh, not me.
Not me either. Not me either. And you know what's so crazy? I have been in August. I will have been celibate for 10 years.
Really?
And yes, but get it. You have to understand. See, but we're talking about knowing what to do and focusing on what to do. I love sex. I had a lot of sex, and sex can be distracting. So I had to let go of my sexual prowess because I needed to take the last 10 years to build my business. And that was the only reason. It wasn't because, oh, I'm having a change of heart. It wasn't because, oh, he's trying to clean up his image and be classy. No, honey, I have class. Even if I'm fucking everything that moves, I have class.
And see, this is what I tell these new porn stars when they come out. I said, there's about there's three different porn stars that are out walking. Ones that do it for money, ones that do it for attention, ones that are addicted to sex,
Yeah.
and they love it. They would do it for free, just so they're getting paid for it. Three types of porn stars.
Yeah. Yeah. But I let it all go to build my brand.
I tell them, you got to figure out which one you are.
And the only way you do that is by exploring.
Yeah.
I remember when I worked as a phone sex agent, because you know my voice is quite legendary. So yes, I worked as a female phone sex agent, mind you, for 2 years of my life when I first got started. Do you know that was my first paying gig where I actually used my talent, my vocal ability? That was the first job that ever paid me based on my sound. It was literally the first time I ever got paid in the entertainment industry ever.
Soprano.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I was it blew my mind because I didn't need a degree. I didn't need to be the smartest person, although my IQ is very high and I'm a prodigy. We'll talk about that later. I am. But, but those things exist. But get this, it was something it was in me. Like it wasn't something I had to go out and take a test for, a skill for, go study 6 months to get a certification. It wasn't that. This thing was coming out of me every day.
Right.
And to have a group of people, because I met a lot of men that way on the phone lines, and have a bunch of men who didn't even know I was a man, mind you. I was never detectable. I always say that, undetectable. My voice was detectable. And like to literally be the part, like I was the only guy in the call center, and a lot of the girls were jealous. But I didn't care.
You weren't clockable.
And you know what's so funny? To this day, I'm still not, but I don't go out that way. I don't go out like this, knockout. I don't go out like this. This is purely for work. I've had niggas tell me, and yes, I said niggas on my show. I said niggas, get over it. I've had niggas try to get me to dress up. Oh, will you wear this? Will you put on a wig? Will you put on, some high heels and some lingerie that you wear? And I'm just like, it's just not my twist. Like, honestly, if it was my twist, I would do it. If it was my twist, I would do it. But it's not my twist. It's not my twist. It's not my thing, and what I love about it is if people ask me, what do you do? Or why do you do it? I'm a young man, now 40, that understood that I had to do this to get what I wanted.
You understood.
Say it again.
You understood the assignment.
Yep. Yeah. I understood the assignment. and you know what's so funny? Not even just understanding it, I overstood it, because this changed my life. When I tell you changed my life, and when I say that, financially, spiritually, emotionally, like I am in a position where my confidence knockout is real. I know I'm a bad bitch. You ain't got to tell me.
But see, that takes a lot of building.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? Nobody can. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people that walk out with confidence because of the way they dress, but Your confidence is inside of you. I could walk out in a ripped up shirt with my hair all over the place, and I'm gonna walk in like I'm the baddest nigga walking.
Yes. But get
I
it? It's because you are though. Everybody will see you like, oh baby, I love like he giving us a little bit, and then before you leave, somebody gonna slide you in the back, like, here you go, I got this G.O.A.T. I got this, Balenciaga, put this on, baby, because we can't have you looking like this. Like that's what they gonna do for you. But that's because of the reputation and the brand you built.
yeah.
They're not gonna see you go without. Hell, please. I love this conversation today because we really spoke about no pain. We spoke about being committed to the game and doing what you have to do to get to the next level. Because I don't know if people realize it, but you can't retire as a singer either. You can't retire. You can't retire as an actor either. There have been many. A famous actress came out and said most Black actors. Now this is the thing: Black actors don't make more than $50,000 in Hollywood.
What?
Yeah, yeah. And it's so crazy because I was wondering. I'm looking and I'm like, oh, these babies. How are all these actors? How have they been able to survive? Honey, they hustling. They're taking advertisement jobs and voiceovers, and because there's different facets. They're doing cameos, they're doing interviews where they're getting paid. Like, it's like there's a lot to it. And that's what I love, because my thing is, I would tell people there is no direct route to success. So if there is no direct route to success, why are you trying to condemn my route?
Right. You create your own route.
You have to. You have to.
Yeah. Because you can't follow the next. What they say, what works for somebody may not work for you. You have to create.
Once it's done, all the copycats start to jump up.
Yeah.
So then the industry takes and says, okay, well, we have one, and they shut the door on that.
Absolutely. But see, the thing of it is, when you do it so good, of course, people are going to copy.
But they'll never get it right if you're dedicated to the craft. They'll never be able to do you. And that's one thing that's where I get my confidence from. There are a lot of bitches singing. There are a lot of bitches acting. There are a lot of bitches that do makeup way better than I ever could. And guess what? They'll never be me. They will never bring to the table what I bring to the table. These men out here will never be a knockout, ever. And my thing is that there's no flex needed. Now, sometimes you got to put a bitch in her place. I ain't gonna lie. So that's good. Yeah. Yeah.
Blue moon. I do it every blue moon. Sometimes you do got to put a bitch in that place. And I do it every blue moon.
Yeah. Me too. And it feels great.
It does.
Yeah.
And I feel like kind of anxiety afterwards, because it's like, it's already known, you shouldn't have to explain.
Well, guess what? So, let me listen. Let me listen. A queen, because I'm a queen. I'm a trademark queen. I don't know what these hoes is doing online, but this is my trademark name. So a very famous queen said, we ain't got to brag, but like I said, a very famous queen said, stop the track. Let me state facts. I told you, give me a minute and I'll be right back. Okay? A very famous queen that we all bow down to said, let me remind you hoes of what the fuck, who I am and what the fuck I did to get here. Said when his Stilettos said she was 16. I do love putting a bitch in.
I needed to hear that.
I do. I got excited there. I do like putting a bitch in there.
I got excited too. I said, that's the one right there. I'll be right back.
Yes! She said, I got filthy with it, baby. No passengers on my plane, okay? That wasn't just a statement. She was telling you, bitch, I don't fly commercial. Everything is private now. You can't even get on a plane with me.
Yeah, because I'm not accessible no more.
That's it. I'm not accessible anymore. You got to pay through the nose and through the roof to get an audience with me, to get in the room with me. And that is realizing the brand.
Realizing your brand.
And your worth. And that's
you know
the
what?
thing.
I'm not going to lie. I didn't always know my worth.
Me either. Me
I
either.
didn't always know my worth.
Me
But
either.
when you know that you're producing and providing entertainment and you're in demand, now it's kind of giving you a little focus on what your worth is.
Yeah.
But you don't know that until you dig a little deep, because I wasn't always into social media. I thought I was being so naive when I first started doing porn. I'm like, let me make this little money on the low. Being naive. Duh, I'm a beautiful black man.
Yup.
Been viral the same night. Now I'm knockout.
Yup.
I'll go take it.
Yup.
I had got anxiety and I was embarrassed inside a little bit, but I'll take it.
Yup. But you know what happens? You know what happens? That was the same way it happened for me, Knockout, because I was not the Queen of Shade. My grandmother was in the hospital getting her gallbladder out. We in her room. It was New Year's Eve. So my family, we was going through it. And literally, I put on a hat, one of her church hats, because that was all I had at that time for a prop. I put on a blue hat that she had that made, now I know about colors too. I stay away from blue because it changes the screen color. So blue and green. So turn around and I put on her hat in 15 seconds. I said, I'm one of the hottest things to ever, biggest things to ever hit the gay community. So all of you haters and hatresses are just going to have to deal with it. Fucking deal with it. I said, adapt, adjust, and cope. That video went viral. One of my buddies shared that. I jumped on social media from 10,000 followers to 22,000 in literally a day.
Yeah.
And literally, that was 6 years ago. And I didn't even have a name. I was like, what? I told my grandmother, I was like, oh my God, all these people.
And I didn't look back.
Neither did I. Neither did I. I said, look, I said, I need a name. She said, you're going to be the Queen of Shade. I said, I can't have that name. And she was like, why not? I said, because that means you got to be the quintessential. That means you got to be the queen of the shit. She said, and you will be. She said, and you will be. And New Year's Day, I announced that I was now being called the Queen of Shade. And get it, my grandmother wasn't stupid. She said, when we got home from the hospital, she said, now run your monkey ass upstairs and trademark that.
And see, you gotta know the material.
Yup. Yeah, you can't show up for no role and not have read the script. You can't show up on no role and not have read the script. Tell them, well, I thought I'd play it this way. No. You got to know the script. I read the script.
And see, what people don't understand is like when you're content and you're moving monotone, or like that's not going to get you where you get. You gotta continue to beat the last you.
Yeah.
And that's how I succeeded, because I continued to beat the last me. But at this time, you get too content and you get too comfortable sometimes, and it's like, hey, I'm okay with this. My rent is paid, my bills is paid, blah 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 blah. But it's like I'm at the level right now. It's like, D'Angelo, don't get comfortable with this. You want more.
Yep. And then you stay away from people that tell you wanting more is wrong. You stay away from them. Because it's not even that they have what you have. They're jealous. So they want to try to put something in your head to stop you. I will never stop.
See, I've learned in this game, people will be your friend just to elevate with you when you elevate. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as they get their little stardom or whatever they needed from you, they will leave you as a friend like you've never been friends before.
Yeah.
Will use you for what you have for them, and you won't get nothing back in return.
Let me tell you, this hospital brand.
You get a lesson.
A lesson. I got it. I was just going to say, this hospital band, lesson, this bite, lesson, because I tried to help my brother for a year. I had tried to help my brother. He was here for a year. I'm telling him, get yourself together. Not one day did he get himself together. Not one day did he seek treatment for his schizophrenia. And I was the one that felt bad because I had to whoop his ass after he attacked me in my house. I had to beat his ass, my own brother. I'm like, I'm 40 years old fighting like a bitch in the street. But I had to whoop his ass.
I would have paid to see that.
Oh, God. No, but get it. I'm glad. Listen. Listen, let me tell you, listen. twice. I literally whooped his ass and then had about a minute and he coming at me again. I had to whoop his ass again. I tore my bathroom up.
Where's Zeus Network? Where's Zeus Network?
No. No. No, that's why I'm sore today, child. I'm sore. But he had to listen. I had to have a restraining order put in place and have him removed from my house by the police. It's the longest 24 hours I ever had in my life.
And see, I was going through something similar. I had one of my sisters or whatever, she's trans, and she was living with me and I was having her in my house through her transition. But at the end of the day, she grew stagnant and got comfortable and was living in my guest room, actually my son's room, for like a year. And I'm just like, what are you doing? You don't have any money saved up? Because through the pandemic, girl, I told you didn't even have to pay rent because the government is paying it for me.
Yeah.
I don't got to pay rent this month, save.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to do that. There's not people that's good, like you fuck over good people just because you're trying to get over. Stop trying to get over. So now it's time for you to go.
You just literally said what happened. And then with his schizophrenia, he kept threatening to kill everybody in the house. And my grandmother was afraid. And my thing is, I knew he didn't want to, I knew he had already jumped in my grandmother's face one night. So I knew that this is a Zeus Network situation, because I knew if I lost that fight, he would be going after my grandmother next. So I had to whoop.
You better than me because I would have cut him up.
That's what my nephew said. And I get it. My nephew arrived. My nephew, he lives around the corner. He got there 5 minutes after the second fight happened. And I was glad because my nephew was coming to murder somebody. And I didn't want that on his conscience or his record. Because I'm like, you got a whole life ahead of you. He just turned 21 on March the 6th.
And don't fuck it up over this old bullshit.
Exactly. Exactly. But literally, I got scratches and scars all on my neck, but makeup does wonders. And I said, and the crazy thing was I was upset about it, but I'll heal. What hurts the most is not the bruises, because trust me, he's wearing way worse than I am. Trust me. He wearing way worse. I would beating his ass. But my thing is, what hurts about this situation for me is that I tried to help him. I gave him a year and he left my house worse than he came. And I'm just like, but I tried to say it.
They get too comfortable. And I'm not going to like put nobody down or whatever, because baby, I wish the best for you, but your best won't be here with me. It's gonna have for you to go out there in the streets and go through struggles and go through shit, because I'm not your safety net. Hell, I'm barely my own.
Thank you.
So I can't do it, bro.
Yeah, no, and that was the thing. And get it, from the beginning, my grandmother was mad. My grandmother didn't want him here because his schizophrenia made him very difficult to deal with. And he was unmedicated and didn't want treatment. And she said he could stay if he would get treatment and medication, and he refused that. And then you jumping in her face telling her, I'm not fucking leaving your house. And I let it slide. I'm telling her, like, it's going to be all right. Let's give him a little more time. That time turned into a year. So I knew, and then he jumping in her face, like, listen, next thing I know, he called. And I ain't even because I knew his schizophrenia was really bad. His father died. We don't have the same father, but that was a year ago, boo. That was a year ago. Come on. You can't say that. That was the first thing he said to the cops. My father died. And the cop said to him, well, your brother lets us know that happened a year ago. So you got to go now.
Everybody heals in different ways.
Get this. And that's the thing. I tried to allow the healing process. What did he do? Drink whiskey, talk about killing everybody, and stay in that room. And that was what he did. And I never bothered him. And I took the heat from my whole family. You got him up in that house and he ain't doing nothing and he threatening everybody. And my thing is, and the reason why I did it was because when I was at my lowest, something like 18 years ago when I was unmedicated before I got therapy and treatment. My brother held me down. He had a job, he held me down. So I was trying to return the favor. But when I think about it, I had already returned the favor because as a phone sex agent, I had my own apartment in center city of Philadelphia. So I was doing well for myself. And he came to stay with me then. And he had demons. And my neighbors were complaining about him because I worked at night. I worked graveyard shift. So they would be like, he was up all night. My kids got to get up and go to school. He back there cussing and drinking, throwing bottles everywhere outside my kids' window. I had to tell him then. So I helped him get another place. I'm like, look, dude, you can't stay here, but I'm gonna help you into your next place. I was doing that for years, but I can't do that if you won't participate in your own rescue.
You can't help nobody that don't want to be helped.
That's what the police told me.
They're looking for a comfortable space to stay.
Yeah. No change, no nothing. And I realized I was holding on to a dream state and a memory of what he was as a youngster. He's not that same person anymore. I went up and he went down. And I'm just like, and I had to accept that that wasn't my fault.
And it be like that sometimes.
It was hard.
That's okay, because guess what? When you're growing, you lose people along the way. Hell, I don't got 2 friends. I can't count 2 or 3 friends on one hand right now.
Listen, I can't count on one hand either. On one hand. And the sad thing is, Knockout, my grandmother and my cat are 2 of them.
My sister and my dog is you know, and you can't, when you're growing and elevating and God is trying to take you to somewhere where you can't have those people with you no more.
And that's what
because guess what? I had to learn this growing up. Like you you adapt to your surroundings. And if it's a ratchet surrounding, I'm gonna be ratchet too. Yeah. If it's a rich surrounding, acting like we got a little bit of class and some money, I'm gonna act like that too. Yeah. So it's all about the company you keep, baby. And if God said this person got to get up out your life, they do. Literally, get this. My grandmother has been so supportive with me for the last 24 hours because I knew when the cops put him in the car and took him away, I knew that that was the last time I would lay eyes on my brother in this side of life. I knew it. I knew it. That hurts. It does. Yeah. But she said it more than my body. She said, what's wrong with you is not your body. What's wrong with you is your feelings, your hurt. And see, I'm a Cancer. Yeah, I'm a Libra. I mean, like they say that we're sensitive and stuff like that, but I'm not sensitive. I'm only sensitive if I care about you. Yeah. And that's what everyone feels like that. You're sensitive when you love somebody and you want the best for them. And it turns out that whatever you were trying to do to make them the best that they can be, bro, they just spit in your face. So that hurts. Yeah. And you know what else too, Knockout? He had such a sense of entitlement. And my thing is this, like he thought we should do it. We better do it. Like it was so crazy the things he would say to my grandmother. And she'd be looking at me like, because my thing is, okay, yeah, we had a shitty childhood. It was real bad. We didn't have our mothers or our fathers. And then we were abused by the people that did raise us. So my thing is, okay, it was a shitty childhood, but bitch, you 36. You ain't been a child for a long time. So how are you still talking about a shitty ass childhood and you a grown damn man, 36 years old? I'm 40. Like, come on now, make it make sense. You're not a child no more. You ain't been a child for a long time. How are we using that as an excuse to fucking hurt people? I couldn't deal with it. And that was the thing. I won in the fights. And he told the police, oh, my brother kicked my ass. And, you know, I never hit him before. And this is that and the other. But I'm like, well, you attacked me and you had already attacked my grandmother and my nephew. Right. And look at this. How divine is it that the person that has been helping you the most has to render you the ass whooping you will never forget. Amen. Sometimes they need it.
So, and he holds grudges because he's still holding on to his childhood. So, listen, and the restraining order will stand permanently. As of next week, it'll be permanent. I'll never be able to be around him. He'll never be able to be around me. And it is what it is.
Well, baby, I have a restraining order against my ex-lover.
Yeah.
Still got it.
Yeah, you gotta. When they're not good for you, they're not good for you. And one of my my friend, she's an actress, a Hollywood actress. She sent me and I'm gonna tell you, she sent me money just out of nowhere. She sent me money, and I told her what happened, and I just thanked her for checking on me. And she said to me, she said, baby, I want to throw another log on this fire. She said, folk get jealous, even in your family, when you elevate and they don't. When you elevate and they don't, and they see you doing it, and he was here for a whole year. He watched me work. He watched the fans love me. He watched the fans bless me. Like, I'm doing all this, and she said, jealousy is real, baby. Jealousy is real. And I'm like, and my thing is, I'm estranged from all my siblings. I'm the oldest of 4 children on my mother's side. I'm the middle child on my father's side. I don't talk to none of them. None of them could be around me. None of them. Because it was always some jealousy. But my thing was, it wasn't really what I had. It was who I was. So it wasn't anything that I could do to change that jealousy, because you don't hate me for what I have. You hate me for who I am. And I can't fix that, because I got to be me. I got to be me.
Somebody asked me the other day, why you always laughing? I said, because baby, there's joy in my heart. Why you not laughing?
I love how you threw the question back at them. Like, why you not laughing? And then they look at you like, oh, I didn't expect you was going to throw the question back at me. Yeah, back at you. Look at your shit. Look at your life.
Yeah, when a motherfucker can be miserable and they mad at you because you're happy, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Something is deeply wrong with you.
Yeah.
I mean, you mad because I'm happy?
Yeah. Yeah. Something's wrong with you and you can't be around me. I got to let you go.
Yeah, I got to let you go, bro.
And you know what's so crazy? My grandmother slept like a baby last night. And all night long, I got up and walked around the house and just made sure she was okay. Kept asking her, even in her sleep, you all right? You all right? And she said to me, I'm at peace, BJ. I'm at peace. He's gone. And I said, yes, he's gone.
Yeah, because sometimes you got to get the spirit out your house before your house can be peaceful.
Yup. And he had a whole lot of vengeance, a whole lot of murder. He kept talking about killing everybody in the house. I was talking to my therapist about it, talking to my psychiatrist about it. And they like, baby, you better watch this. You better watch this. And I wasn't listening. I was saying, no, this is my brother. I know him. No, I didn't.
Because don't think the situation, sometimes you won't think the situation is that detrimental to your life until you actually are going through it and like, damn, I should have listened, because now, hey, how did I get here?
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't listen and we don't take the advice. We just rather figure it out. Because
you love him. You said it. I was getting ready to say my brother was the last link that I had, like, to my family.
Elevate now.
Yeah.
It's time to push it to the next motherfucking level.
And you know what's crazy? I used to always knock out. I used to be like, okay, I'm gonna make this money. I'm gonna get him a condo because he needs somewhere to live. I don't want him on the streets. He needs somewhere to live. And he showed me he need to be out there. The cops asked him, do you have anywhere to go? He said, I guess you guys can take me to a shelter. And they said to him, well, you really should go to a hospital because we can see that you are having some issues mentally. He refused the same way he refused the whole time he was here.
Let me explain something to you. I had a childhood best friend that we grew up with since elementary, middle school, then a little bit of high school. Then I moved back to San Diego with my dad. Anyways, him and his friends had robbed a pawn shop by force. So they had guns and all that. He went to jail for like 12 years. He had just got out. I flew back to where he was at, took him shopping, got him an apartment in my name, left it to him. And so whenever I go back to go visit my mom out there, whatever, I would go stay at the house. You know, I'm going back to stay at the house. He got a bitch with 5 kids living with him. On top of that, he's still hanging out with gangbangers. They all running in and out my house, and I'm like, bro, this ain't cool. Like, this is not cool, bro. You just got out of the penitentiary, and you're running around with gangbangers and a ratchet bitch with like 4, 5 kids, and she living here, bro. He like, bro, the freezer is packed. It's got so much food. Fuck that, bro. I can live off noodles.
Thank you. Oh, say that again. Say it again,
But
please.
at the end of the day, like, bro, like you're running around with people that don't have your best interest. They're just using you, bro, for who you are. And on top of that, they jealous. And they
And
staying in this. Guess what? I'm not finished. They staying in your business, bro, and they only around to figure out how you doing what you doing. Okay? And I'm a real friend. I'm a good friend. And I'm telling him, I'm like, bro, you need to get rid of this bitch. None of these kids is yours. I understand you want to be a father so bad. He did. He had just got out of the penitentiary, ain't been out for a year. But I came as soon as he got out. I put him on his feet, took him shopping for the new like stuff, the clothes that the boys are wearing right now, bro. And I went and got an apartment for him in my name. And you know, our only is I come and stay there whenever I'm, coming to visit my peoples and you. Anyways, we got into a fist fight because he had some gangbangers running all up in my house thinking that this is your shit, which it is. I got it for you, but bro, this is not how we live in, bro. That's childish. We over 30 years old. Why are you still out here gangbanging talking about you got to go to the park to put a nigga off the set? Fuck that set. They didn't get you an apartment when you got out the pen. They didn't help you get you put on your feet. After we got into the fist fight, I left. I said, you know what? I'm going back to Miami because I was living in Miami at the time. Mind you, this is why I have this tattoo. Yeah. This is my brother. Yeah. And so I went back to Miami. I didn't answer the phone for none of his people because I'm just like, oh, they're mad because I left and me and Leroy got into an argument, whatever. They was calling me because he's dead. He's dead. After I told him, the niggas set him up, robbed him, and killed him and left his body on the motherfucking by a gutter. Like, what's that shit on the side of the road?
Yeah, the gutters. That's what they're called, the gutters.
Body on the side, dead, and stole his car. He only had like $1,000 of cash on him because he keeps like $1,000 of cash on him every day. And he had like a pound of weed. Robbed him, killed him, and left him there and kept it pushing.
You know what's so sad about the situation? And this is the lesson I learned even with my brother. When you help somebody and they take advantage of you, they open a door for other people to use you. You didn't even know the woman with 5 kids and she using you. You didn't even know the gangbangers and they're using you because he is the gateway to you.
He talking about them as the homies from the set. Bro, them ain't your homies. I'm your homie. I'm your homie, bro. What are you talking about? Like, bro, that's crazy. Now he dead.
Yeah.
After I got into a whole fist fight.
Yeah.
I flew to Miami the next day because I'm like, you know what? I'm too grown for this. I'm about to go. And you put me in weird situations and people is in and out my house. I'm like, I can't do this, bro. Yep. And a week later, bro, he's dead. I had to go back. That's crazy. I had to go back there. Like, it was just a whole black ghetto funeral. We was fighting. Bro.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
You know what's so sad though? If my brother died today or tomorrow, I would not attend the funeral.
Why?
Because my attitude is everything you needed to get from me or everything I needed to get from you, you got while I was alive. I got while you were alive. I don't.
Every time we got off the phone, I'm like, I love you, bro. You know? wasn't no fake shit, or that was my real friend.
Yeah.
You know, even though we have different lifestyles,
Yeah.
whatever, like, yeah, we don't get to hang out every day like we used to back in the day. Like, bro, it's not like that anymore. We have different lifestyles.
Yeah.
You're straight, I'm gay now. Like, it's different, but you're still my boy.
Yeah.
You feel me? And it's sad even talking about it, because I felt like maybe I should have stayed there, but you can't. You can't do that.
Mm-mm.
You know, shit happens. But at the end of the day, I can't get it out of my head that I just told you all of this stuff right before it happened.
Yeah. And you know what else too? I'm going to throw another log on the fire with this. Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny how the world treats us how they treat us because of our sexual orientation? But we always the ones that help a bitch out. It's always the gays that'll help a bitch out, get you straight, put you on easy street. It's always the gays. And the thing is, it's because we know what it's like to be discriminated against. We know what it's like to be kicked into the gutter. And we don't want, and that's the thing with my brother. I just didn't want that to happen to him. He would always say, "You're so much stronger than me." I remember my brother used to say to me, "I call you the air hustler." And I would say to him, "Why do you call me the air hustler?" He would say, "Because bro, you could leave my house with nothing, literally have nothing, and make something out of nothing, out of thin air. You could pull an opportunity, a possibility, food, money, everything out of thin air."
And sometimes you got to.
But my thing is, because I knew that just because I didn't have food, it wasn't the last time I wasn't going to have food, you know? It wasn't the last time. I had to keep on pushing. I had to keep on pushing. I knew that, you know, even when, because we had nights we lived together, we were hungry. I went out, got food, go to the dollar store, borrow $20, $30 from one of my girlfriends who did my hair at that time, borrow $20, $30 from her, and then go to the dollar store buying dollar chicken drumsticks, buying, you know, dollar store food to feed us. And get this, at that time, my brother had just graduated. This is years ago. This is almost 20 years ago. My brother had just graduated high school, and he was sleeping 18 hours a day. I'm feeding him. I used my money to get the apartment. I was always in that situation. And now that I look back at it, I'm like, nigga, you was always looking out for him. And he never met me at this one time. And I'm like, listen, even your one time, I had to come through and finish that for myself. I always saw it through the completion for him.
Moral of the story
is
you can't make another motherfucker see what you see.
Nope.
And that's it. You got to keep on going. You can give them some hints, and you give them a little bit of advice, but like, that's like, I felt like I was a parent, because my mom stabbed me one time. D'Angelo, take your ass to school. And in that moment, I felt the same way how she felt when she stabbed me, because you're not listening, and I love you. And it's sad. But you can't convince a motherfucker to see what you see. They have to experience they have to walk in your shoes in order to think, to have the same thought process as you.
You know what's sad? You know what's sad, D? I know my brother's not as strong as I am.
Yeah. Some people are mentally prepared or got ready.
Got ready on the spot. How about got ready on the spot? Go ahead. Got ready on the spot. He probably done drank all that stuff and had to go drain the main vein. Yep. Draining the main vein. You can hear it. Don't tell him, guys. He'll see it in the interview. We heard you peeing. It's been a journey, guys. It's been a journey. So many bitches want my crown. You couldn't wear it if you tried. You couldn't wear it if I handed it to you. You couldn't fit it. The weight of it alone would crush you. But I wear it every day. Flushing the toilet, I told you. We heard you peeing. We heard you peeing. He went to drain the main vein. I got him talking and he got all these libations. He done went to pee and then sure enough, I'm like, we done heard him draining the vein. No, but you're right though. Moral of the story is you can't help everybody. You can't help everybody. I said while you were gone, while you were gone, I said, so many people want to wear my crown, but you couldn't even, the weight of the crown, the crown that I wear would crush you.
It doesn't fit you, baby.
Not at all. Not at all.
It doesn't fit you.
Nope. I got so many siblings that want to be me and do me. And they want to say, my therapist calls it sistering and brothering me. They're the ones they run around. Oh, the Queen of Shade is my brother. Bitch, you can't even handle that. You can't handle all that comes through. Hush your mouth before you get yourself in trouble. Hush your mouth. Because everybody out here don't love me. You're going to get yourself in trouble.
Listen, my big sister is in Houston right now. She was around two guys. And she called me. I don't know how my name got brought up, but she doesn't know how big of a thing I am in the gay community.
Right.
And he was, God, that's your brother? And she was like, yeah, because, I don't talk to her about my personal life and shit like that. We talk on a real personal level, about real shit, about us and about our family and about our love life and about friends and about stuff like that. That's what we talk about. I don't talk about, how I'm this, that, and the other and X, Y, and Z and what's been happening to me and who's talking about me on the, that's that gay shit. We don't talk about that. So like she's out in Houston and she's visiting her cousin. Her cousin got like gay friends and they're like, oh, Knockout's your brother? And she's like, yeah, Knockout's my brother. Like, why, what's up? I can FaceTime him right now. She FaceTime me and the nigga's trying to get my number. And she's laughing. She's like, oh my God, D, I cannot believe you're that popular. I'm like, well, I've been trying to tell you this for years, but okay.
You know what it is too? Your family, they think they know you. They think they know you. Like for the longest, like my family is starting to see it now because they're seeing audience engagement, but they're like, bitch, we had no idea. I am known in Europe, Africa, Spain. I had a freaking fashion designer from Spain send me couture. And they're like, oh my God, who are you? And I'm like, bitch, I tried to tell you.
Yeah, you tried to tell them, but they don't listen. But it's okay.
It's going. Guess what? It's gonna have to be.
You don't speak about it again. You keep on moving. That's why she was so shocked today. Yesterday. Mm-hmm. Called me. I'm like, girl, don't you ever put another gay boy on the phone trying to get my number and talk to me and give him a chance, bitch. Like, why are you doing that? She's like, well, D, I didn't know. I was just so shocked. And I'm like, well, I've been trying to tell you that for years. Like, bro, don't give them access to me because of you.
And get this, she failed as a sister because once she found out that's my brother, you're her brother. She should have known, like, I'm not giving no random guy your number. Like, no, that's my brother. Like, no, I'll call. If anything, I'll call him. Send me text me a picture. I'll call him and see if he wants to talk to you.
She didn't give him the number, but she called me and put me on the phone.
No, I've had my sister do that too. Oh, and then Queen of Shade. And I'm like, you don't know me as a Queen of Shade. You know me as Bjorn. Why are you know me as Bjorn or BJ? Why call BJ? They wanted to talk to the Queen of Shade. You and get it. And I stopped doing it.
Yeah.
Say it again.
My son tells me it's D. So how did knockout get brought up?
Then guess what that tells you? She knew.
Yeah, she knew.
She knew. She had that. She knew.
Yeah,
She just was shocked that you were bigger than she expected.
what she expected.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the real
And I just want to let everybody know, for the record, I got his number. And don't ask me, don't call me asking me to give you his number.
Right.
Because you ain't get it. You ain't get it. He got mine too. So don't even do it. I'm like, don't even do it. It's just so, it has been so amazing to talk to you today because you really helped me. Like I said in the beginning, I'm like, oh, you should be a therapist because you really helped me through the situation with my brother. And it's just like, I'm so glad.
Oh, it's because empathy.
Yes.
I can feel what you was going through because I've been through it.
Yeah.
And nobody else better to talk to than a motherfucker that's been through it and that's not hating or jealous or nothing. They have a pure heart and pure intentions and are honest.
Yeah.
They don't find people built like me no more.
Nope.
That's shutting off my friends, bro. I'm a blessing.
Yeah. Yes.
To be your friend is a blessing.
Yes.
And God has been cutting them off. And that's okay with me because I need somebody that appreciates my wisdom, experience, friendship, honesty, and empathy towards them. And I don't even know them.
Yeah.
You know? So that's why I understood you and I felt where you were coming from because that is a very deep hurt place. I've been there a couple of times from people I trusted, even in the industry, that had ended up using me and throwing me to the wolves. And I had to fight to still, like, you feel what I'm saying? I've been there and it hurts.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about the porn stars being used and sent to, like, I don't know, but they ain't gonna use me for my image no more. I'm gonna get paid this time.
Right? and you know what I love too? The second time is always better than the first. When you learn and you come back and you always get where you're going.
What was that saying you said? Stop the track.
It's Beyonce. Stop the track. Let me state facts. I told you, give me a minute and I'll be right back. That's Beyonce. I'm a diva. It's diva. Yeah, I'm a diva. Yeah. It's Beyonce. You look, he tickled. He done held that the whole interview. Thank you, Queen Beyonce, for blessing us. Thank you, Queen Beyonce, for blessing us with music that we can live by. Because sometimes you got to remember who you are, fix that crown and going out there. Like, listen, ain't nobody perfect, but damn it, you ain't going to fuck me up anymore. You ain't going to fuck me up worse. I may not be perfect, but you're not going to fuck me up worse. Ho, 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 ho. Because then you got to stop the track and be like, whoop, hold on for a second.
And you know what? My love life has been in shambles.
Mine too.
I can't tell if a motherfucker love me for me or would they just love me for what they can get out of me or, just weird.
That's the price of fame. It's the price of fame. Because honestly, I knew that too. I saw that when it happened. Once fame happens, no one will ever come into your life that doesn't know you from aside from being brought into your brand. Now, I'm not saying that people will never love you, they will, but you're going to have a longer courtship period because everybody that comes into your life from that point of fame on knows you because of the fame. I know you as Knockout. So it takes a longer time to get to know them so that you can prove to yourself, okay, I can trust them. It's so crazy. Knockout, come on, give me 3 words that inspire you.
3 words that inspire me. I said a couple of them already.
Yes, you
Perseverance,
did.
Resilience, and let me see. Oh, loyalty.
Yeah. This interview conversation is really conversation. I told you was going to get through it. You got through it. You did amazing. I can't wait for them to see this.
It's wonderful. You did a blessed job, baby.
Listen, I had to stop the track.
I love it.
Did you say I love it here? Thank you. I appreciate it. Sometimes you got to stop the track. Sometimes you got to stop the track at State Facts.
I'll be right back.
Right? Right. Sometimes you got to do it. Because I damn sure had to beat his ass like I was a diva. I had to beat his ass. Twice. Knockout, he only gave me a 30-second pause.
Wait for that call, Zeus.
No.
Like one of those things, like I can't imagine her fighting somebody, so I'm gonna watch it.
Lord have mercy.
I did a reality TV show.
Yeah.
I got a bitch and everything because it's like y'all got me on the reality show and y'all know I'm an actor.
Right? They forget we niggas. They forget.
Yeah.
Don't let the wig fool you, the lashes, the prettiness. Honey, we niggas.
And it's just like, okay, you don't want to delete her off my show? Well, I'm about to do it.
Right? See, I'm about to put this bitch all the way out to pasture.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. I had an
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to actually sit up and talk and get a couple of things off my chest that a lot of my fans don't see every day. Actually, don't see it at all. I keep my personal life really private, and what I give you to see on the internet is what you see. So they have these different judgments and things placed on me that is not me at all. It's the total, so thank you for giving me a platform to actually talk so they can see the real Knockout and what he's about or how he thinks, actually.
You are absolutely welcome. And you are very true to your name. You're a total knockout. We love you. We love you so much. Tell everybody where on social media they can find you.
You guys can find me at I'm Knockout on Instagram, IAM Knockout, KNO. You guys get the rest. You can find me on Twitter, Knockout D33. Knockout, there's a D and then 3 3s on Twitter. Basically everything else is the same name. On Snap, Facebook. No, Facebook is D'Angelo Marquise. I don't know if I want you.
Yeah, we don't want you. We don't want you there. We don't want these people in our private lives. So yeah. I'm gonna put all the links below. So say goodbye to everybody, but don't hang up.
Bye, everybody.
So did you enjoy? I hope you did. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and don't forget to cash at me at the Queen of Shade. I am your favorite content creator, right? Right. You want to see more of this content, right? Right. Cash at me. I love you. Mwah.
I've got my black stilettos on. Don't you make me take them off. I'm assuming first position. Wanna show you I'm a boss. I've been given 60 seconds just to